All right, hi everyone. So I'll be sharing a little bit about my journey in the sustainability sector. I started off my career for a very short time in the civil service, and then I moved into private sector. I studied mechanical engineering and intellectual property management, both from NUS. Also did 1 year of my studies in the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. So what my organization does, we're a consultancy, and we typically work on what is called 3P projects, public, private, and people sector projects. There is a private company that usually funds the project. There is a government agency that might be part of the solutioning. And then, of course, on our side, we need to work with the community and so on to deliver a project. So this is one piece of work that we did. We run all of Intel's digital readiness programs around the world. And then what this means is that we work with various ministries, education institutions around the world, and also with Intel to basically do digital skills development, right? So we basically work with packaging companies, right? So in this particular case, we work with NCC. NCC is Japan's largest packaging conglomerate to design and redesign packaging. We help them redesign packaging to make sure that persons with disability and so on can open it easily. But also, I think if you study mechanical, you study electrical, you can't just say, oh, I'm only going to do just that. You're probably going to have to do all sorts of different things. My journey is actually not very straightforward. It was quite messy because the world is changing very fast, new skills are coming up. And do you really need to sit through a 4-year degree? Because when I was applying to university and I was in the army, life science was all the rage. And so everyone was applying for life science. The other thing I also realized is that in engineering, in university in particular, you'll have a lot of scholars coming either from Singapore government scholarships or foreign scholarships. And if you are average or below average like me, then you got basically two strategies. One is you're very talented, you work very hard, you try to become top 1% in your field. The other strategy is I find three intersecting areas, right? And I try to be top 25%. And then by the combination of it, I'll become the top 1.56% in that field. That's a more reasonable effort, right? In my case, I found a niche between sustainability, between engineering, and then of course between community development, right? So these were the three areas that I picked, selected. And then of course another element to think about is that, financial capital, you want money. But there are a lot of other kinds of capital as well, right? The social capital, material capital, living capital, intellectual capital, spiritual capital, cultural capital, and so on. So how did I apply these things? First thing is that I wanted to build a career 20 years, 30 years from now. So you need to do something called futures thinking, but you need to project and see based on current trends, scenarios, and so on. And this diagram I'm showing you is called a futures cone. But I did that to understand, and I came to the conclusion that sustainability will be an issue that will continue to persist and grow over the next 20, 30 years. Probably even more, right? So on the right-hand side, you can see the different areas of intersection between economic and environment, between society and environment, between society and economics, and so on and so forth. I can still try many different things, but work on the same problem. I started with that particular project, making food dryers. With my co-founders, we set up an innovation lab, a prototyping studio, a workshop to basically design solutions. So I started with Indonesia first, and you can also do Malaysia as well if you want to, but subsequently I did with India after that, and then we did in Thailand, right? Subsequently after that, right? So you have to think bigger than that. So if you think bigger than that, of course, it's more than the Singapore Green Plan. The sustainability market is really big outside of Singapore. So my general takeaways, I would say in the journey is that fall in love with the problem. The solutions might keep changing. And for me, in my 11-year journey, I've changed several times, right? My approach and my solutions. Focus on creating value. The fundamental of business, a fundamental of earning salary is creating value. People don't pay you because that's a salary for a job. You get paid based on the value you bring to the table. So you want to do business, you want to earn a salary, make sure you're creating value, understand that. Third thing I would say is that focus on what others are not doing. So if you see everybody doing one thing, there is no value in it. And so what is scarcity? What are people not doing? That's what you should be doing. And then fourth, I would say find your niche, right? You cannot be top 1% in something, that's okay. And then you will become top 1% because you are the 1% in the ones that intersect all those things, right?
So hi everyone, I'm Anthea, co-founder and CEO of MediVR. So definitely we are in the medical space as well as the virtual reality or mixed reality technology space. So a little more about myself. I graduated from NUS Biomedical Engineering with a second major in innovation and design, where we basically create and empower medical professionals with virtual reality medical training. So community involvement has been actually a crucial part since my secondary school days. Thereafter, we also managed to go overseas to Philippines, to Cambodia, to do a lot of different missionary projects, community involvement programs. Having moved on to universities, I had the privilege to take up different things that I found passionate about. One being Geron Technology, where we got to engage with social service agencies to develop and design innovations for elderlies. So some examples, and I will actually be sharing a very, very quick product video that kind of summarizes what we do.
COVID-19 is testing our medical system. Students are pushed to the front line without enough practice. Doctors need help to learn faster, to train better, and to save more lives. Introducing MediVR. Quickly create your realistic training scenario using our medical database with over 10,000 parameters. Artificial intelligence allows us to understand and simulate realistic interactions, while virtual reality provides total immersion.
Can you show me where exactly?
Just around the whole lower back area. Whenever I bend, I'll feel it there more.
Multiplayer mode enables collaborative learning in real time. Tutors can host online classes from their computers and guide students through the scenarios. Past sessions are analyzed based on examination rubrics for effective self-directed learning.
So at MediVR, we are a leading Singapore-based deep technology company that brings gold standards medical practices to all medical professionals. We work with top medical institutions to create a complete training platform for medical professionals to easily create scenarios and train with. So to do this, we followed the innovative design programs methodology, where we went out, spoke to a lot of different medical students, consultants or doctors, as well as medical schools. This is completely on a wireless virtual reality headset that can be displayed to the students as well as to the rest of the class. This will basically serve as a training tool for remote learning as well as for big class learning. What exactly sparked my interest to pursue this? So the first would be improving healthcare and the lives of others has always been my motivation since young. Second point, so medtech and biotech. I actually found an unassuming cotton stick with careful engineering can be turned into an innovation that allows automatic dispensing of pre-filled iodine, making it the ultimate sterilizer that every first aid kit will now need to have. So then I began to explore technology as well. So I'm moving on to my third point. So basically, this is when doctors and people can get to try new tools, new technology to improve and basically spread knowledge as fast as possible in the best way as possible. So some challenges faced in this industry, so medtech for that matter, I have three very quick points. So the first would be a resistance to change. Many a times such traditional industries tend to have a lot of traditional methods have proven results. People tend to want to fall back to the original methods. The second point would be difference in focus. So doctors and dentists, nurses, they have very difficult jobs and therefore they have very stringent job scopes. So most of the time they are very busy schedules. And given that we have to work very closely with them, we have to actually understand and basically help them wherever we can. Being the technology experts, we will bring together their medical expertise in order to create what we want to achieve. My last point would be about learning about the doctor. Working in the medical field, once again, it is very important to know any product, any solution. You need to know how to understand and work with another person. Fundamental skills and needs in the healthcare, technology, and medtech space. To summarize, the first will be to basically adopt a very patient-centered approach, how to actually bring together better healthcare in the future. Practice to perfection. You have to practice with your heart in order to truly improve. Passion is super important. Maximize benefits of technology. You are able to merge medical together with technology. We have to actually understand what technology can do as well. We focus on improving efficiency, lowering costs, as well as improving accessibility with the use of our technology. Yeah. I would like to end off with a very short quote. If knowledge is power, knowing what we don't know is wisdom.